Alright, so my daughter's bike got a flat tire. I couldn't fix it because it has a hole in it, so even though I put air on it, it didn't inflate. So I had to remove the tire and replace the tube. So in order to remove the tire, I used a 15mm socket. As you can see, just follow along and then you should be fine. And then just be careful. And then it's really a simple process, nothing really to worry about it. I mean, you can do it yourself. All you gotta do is to make sure that you're getting the right tube. In my case, my daughter's tube is 16 by 1.9, and I'm actually got a tube that is 16 by 1.75 by 2.12. Okay, when you remove the tire, remember those little things, it has to be inside the holes, right, as you can see. And then remove the tire, and what we're gonna do now is remove the tube, and for that I'm using 2 flat screws drivers. And so just put one in there and use the other one not too far away and start pulling out and go along the side of the tire to remove the whole thing. Just one side. Just be patient. I mean, it might be a little hard if you haven't done this before, but eventually you will get it. Cool. So once we remove the one side of the tire, we're just gonna remove the cap out of the tube, and then we're gonna push this thing out so we can remove the whole tube out. And then we're gonna put the new tube in. I wanna put a link on the description so where I get this tube. And then let's remove the cap again from the new tube, and let's insert it on the hole first, so that way it match the fitting through the tube in the tire. Remember, just be a little patient, you'll get it done quicker. I mean, once it's in there, all you gotta do is just fit the tire all along. Just make sure it's right in the middle, it's really, you know, in the place where it's supposed to be. So once we're there, now what we have to do is use the screwdrivers again. We're gonna put one in, and then we're gonna start pushing the side of the tire in all around. Sometimes you just might be able to use your hands and put it back in there until you get to the end, and then at the end you can use the other flat screw, or maybe not. Okay, cool. So once it's in there, it's time to inflate the tire. For this sample, I'm actually using a portable air pump tire inflator, which is pretty cool. I put a link in the description. It's $50 and it's really handy. It's for cars, for vehicles, bike, balls, etc. So what we gotta do is connect this attachment to it, and once we're there, we can select what we actually pumping. In this case, the bike. As you can see, we can use car, bikes, like motorcycles, bike, and basketballs. Okay, so once we're there, we're gonna screw the other side into the tire. It's cool because it has to be screwed, so it's not like you're gonna have to press it, so you don't have to do anything basically once you connect it. So once it's there, we're gonna set the PSI. So we're gonna look into the tire, and on the tire it says you can inflate it to 35 PSI. On the portable air pump, we're gonna select PSI. Here it is now 38, but we're gonna bring it down to 35 there. And now what we're gonna do is just press on, and it's gonna start pumping the air. And notice how the number is actually increasing. I speed it up, but it's going up. I was a little concerned because as it was over 20, it looks like already there. So, but I was about to stop, but I just let it go, and it automatically stopped when it hit 35, which is pretty good. Cool. So what we're gonna do now is remove the air pump, and now we're ready to put it back. I noticed something wrong on the tire, so I went back and deflated and fixed it and inflated again. What we're gonna do now is just put back the tire. Remember, there's holes on both sides that needs to be linked or connected to before we actually screw the socket in. Okay, if it's hard to do, all we're gonna do is remove the socket until it fits properly, and then we're gonna tie it up with this 50mm socket again. But just remember the little washers there, they're actually in the hole, so that way it locks. All we gotta do now is just tie it up, and then we are ready to go. It's really simple. It actually took me probably 15 minutes. A portable air pump actually is super handy. I mean, for anything, you can have it in your car or your house, and you can use it as needed. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. I'm ready to go for a ride with my daughter. All the items are in the description, so if you wanna look at it, purchase it, or anything. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, put a thumbs up, and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.